Lightning coming to you again. You see the title of the video. Let's get into it. We talking about Cyberpunk 2077. I'm finally reviewing it after fucking 6 months with it. I have a real love-hate relationship with this shit, but in the end, I really loved it. Let's get into it. So quick little story about this shit if you ain't know. I first got Cyberpunk 2077 for the Xbox One. Yep, the last generation console. And we know how that shit looks on the last generation console. Like dog shit, right? So, I got that shit for the console. I couldn't play it. Like, literally, it was a blob everywhere I went. And it totally ruined the experience for me, right? That same week the game came out, I had to go down to the fucking Walmart, wait in line for 6 hours in the cold to get an Xbox Series X just so I could play the game. I usually never go to midnight releases, but I'm glad I went to this one just because even now it's hard to get these next generation consoles. But still, the fact that I had to go purchase a brand new system just to play a game that was supposed to come out for the last generation console anyways, it killed the vibe for me, which it did for a lot of people. And me and my brother got the game for the Xbox Series X, so somehow we were able to get two. My brother actually bought one online where I had to go wait 6 hours in line for one. But yeah, I got the game, and from my first experience, this is why they say first impressions count. It did nothing for me, man. Like I honestly, the trailers to the gameplay, it was so off. Like I just wasn't vibing with the game at first. Like I had no interest in keep playing it. I was just like, oh man, I've been hoodwinked. That's how I really felt, and I really didn't give the game a fair shot, and I just stopped playing it. Like after a couple months, I stopped playing it. Now I have 72 hours in the game now, because when I finished it. But for the first couple months, I really wasn't playing it. It was off and on. But what I noticed that my brother, he got the game too, because there's nothing that came out with the Xbox Series X. There's like no exclusive games. Like they dropped a fucking console with no exclusive. That's in our video. But anyways, he got the game too, and he's not really into Cyberpunk. Like he didn't watch none of the trailers. He wasn't caught up on Cyberpunk. He just saw that it was a new game out, and I was getting, and he copped it too. So we both went into it with totally different expectations. Him having no expectations, and me having every expectation in the world for this game, thinking this game was gonna be the end all be all of all games like everybody else. So we went into it. I wasn't getting what I wanted out of it. I stopped playing it. My brother though, he kept playing it, and he kept coming back to me telling me, yo, Cyberpunk's a different game. Yo, the Cyberpunk game's so good. Yo, the story's so good. He kept coming to me telling me all this shit about Cyberpunk. I was like, wow, are we playing the same fucking game? You know what I mean? So after a while, he kept coming to me. I was like, all right, let me really get back into the game now, and let me go back into the game with no expectations. I went into the game thinking, all right, I know it's buggy as hell. I know it's not what I was expecting. Let me just go into this game with a blank mindset and just play the game how it's supposed to be played and see what happens. I did that. I started playing every story. I started going through it more and more, and it started growing on me more and more. Even with the glitches and shit like that, they just grew on me. I just accepted that as part of the game, and I gotta say, man, yeah, this game's going down goated. Like this game, the story in this game was fantastic. The gameplay was fantastic. All the little cyberware moves was fantastic. Like you can tell they really put a lot of effort in this game, even though it's a buggy mess. But the story, the gameplay, everything that went into this game, I was like, and there's still a lot more I don't even know. Ending it, I'm only 72 hours in, and I ended the game. But yeah, man, and I'm level 50. Like I'm maxed up everything 72 hours in, so it's not like I wasn't playing the game. Matter of fact, like I did every story mission. Like if you look at my map, before I'm on the last mission right now, I'm about to go to it, but every other side mission, every side gig except buying the cars are done. Like I played everything. Like I did every side gig. I unlocked everything, and I'm just gonna go finish the mission at this point. But it's not like I haven't played the game. Like I played the game to the fullest. I did every story mission. Like with me, when I play like RPG games, I usually only play them once. Like before I leave the world, like I like to do everything. Like I like to leave no stone unturned. Like, I'm not gonna, like, if they're like little stupid little silly quests like collecting shit, I'm not gonna do that. But every like side story or every like interesting object or interesting stuff that they want me to do, I'll do it before I finish the game, because I know I usually don't go back to the game. Now Cyberpunk's a game that has multiple roles. Like, you can start as a street kid, a corporal guy, or a nomad. I just picked the street kid, and I'm thinking maybe when I finally get the PS5 and I'll play it again as another role. But yeah, for now I think I'm done with the Cyberpunk. But I just wanted to make this quick video to say, give my opinion on what I liked about the game, what I didn't like about it, and my overall opinion on the game. What you already know is I absolutely loved it. Like, the story was all epic. The music was epic. Like, they played the music at the right time. The only really gripe with the game, other than the bugs and shit, is that they don't really teach you how to play the game. Like, there's so much stuff that you gotta learn on the go that from YouTube videos and shit like that the game doesn't teach you. Like, first off, like, I wanted to end this game with everything gold out. Like, I want, like, there's special little collectible items you get from like the Johnny Silverhand dude.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
And I wanted to craft them into epic gold items before I ended the game, because like I said, I like to leave on no stone unturned. But I ended up not being able to craft them epic because I already hit the max level. And once you hit max level, you're not able to craft the gold items anymore. Like, you only have a certain amount of skill points up until level 50 that you can't put it into the skill tree anymore. I didn't know that, so it sucked that I was at the end of the game and there was no way to reset it so I could get the skill points back so I could get what the set I wanted, like the loadouts I wanted. So I didn't like that. The buying car system in this game was trash. Like, I only bought one car, and that was like the end of the fucking game. Just because I got a text message and I remember the car from like a cool storyline I did, and I was like, oh, that's that car, and I just wanted to get that car just because that's this car I'm driving right now. But that's the only car I got in the game, because there's no really point in driving cars in the game. Like I feel like they should have did more with the car system. Like, like in GTA 5, like the black dude has like a perk where you can slow down time while he's driving so he doesn't crash. I don't see why in a game like Cyberpunk, where they literally slow down time for mostly Cyberware updates, why we couldn't do some shit like that with a car. Like, the driving in this game is shit. Like, it's complete shit. But for a game that's mainly about story, it was fine. I put up with it. But yeah, the driving is shit. Another thing I wish they told me about was the Cyberware updates. Like, there was a Cyberware update that made that slow down time, and I didn't know about it until the end of the game. Like, this Cyberware update is probably the most useful update in this game, but I didn't have it to the end of the game because I like to play with the swords, and this paired with the sword is just like OP as shit. And I didn't figure it out till the end of the game, and that's only because my brother told me about it. So I would have finished the game not knowing shit about the Cyberware update. Like, and if you can see from this, like, I'm literally in the last mission right now, and I'm playing this shit, and I just literally figured out about this update. So I didn't like that they kept that shit from me. Like, they're just little shits that I can keep. But again, this game's meant to be played multiple times, so I guess that's alright. But it's still like, for a person like me, I don't really play games more than once, so I didn't like that shit.
What?
But other than that, man, this story was fantastic. Like, the story was epic. Like, I ended the game with my girl Panam. I might go back just to see how the other routes would end, but I might just stick to the end of the route with Panam just because I like how that shit ended, man. Cyberpunk's really going. I can't wait till they come out with little updates and shit for it, like the little expansion packs. Because yeah, man, this game, I feel like if they cook it more, it'll be great. I'm waiting for the next gen version of this game. So when the next gen version comes out, which is probably going to be around the time the PlayStations and Xboxes are readily available, like, I'll get the game for PlayStation and I'll play it differently on PlayStation. Like, I'll pick a different route. now that I know everything about the game. But yeah, man, I just want to do like a quick review on the Cyberpunk game, bro. I'll tell you my experience with it. Lightning out.